Welcome back to Board Blitz. This is episode 3 and today I'll be making this black walnut cutting board. Later on in this video I'll be giving you details for how you can get one of these boards yourself for free. If you missed episode 2, click over here or down in the description. It's still not too late to enter for that contest. Now stay tuned for some tips and tricks along the way, and with that, let's get started. Alright, to start out this build, just grabbed my 3 pieces of wood here. I got some 5/4 walnut, a scrap piece of purple heart, and then another scrap piece here of some hard maple. To kind of continue the theme, I like to make my boards about 48 inches long. It's just a nice number for, making either 4 boards at 12 inches wide or 3 boards, roughly 18 or so. To begin with this one, I have an 8-foot piece of walnut and I'm going to cut this in half. First thing is, I'm going to mark it at the halfway point, and you can verify from either side, right, as a quick check. Just make sure that it's the same distance from either side. So this is just over 8 feet. Here's the center point to my board. Now, to rip it down, here's a little trick for you. Sometimes you would think like, okay, I'm gonna push this square up to the line and then strike it. An easier way that I find is just put your pencil directly on the line and then slide your device up to it and then score it. Now that it just saves, that little bit of extra time. So again, instead of hiking this up and really eyeing it out to where it's supposed to be, you can just put your pencil right where you need it, slide over. All about saving time, efficiency. Anywhere where you can do that massively improves your overall process. Hope you guys like that one. Now with our pieces all milled up, we are going to choose the thinnest of the bunch, and that's going to be the limiting factor, or you can look at it like the weakest link, right? You're never stronger than the weakest link. So in this bunch, the thinnest piece is going to be this purple heart. There's 2 orientations to this. I'm choosing the thickness of the board to be here. So that means all of these pieces are going to be the same thickness. So as you can see, this hard maple, there's about 1/4 inch there, and maybe a little bit more for the walnut. To continue with the efficiency talk, instead of measuring something out, getting kind of close, maybe using calipers, right? This is about 3/4 of an inch. You can kind of take this over, raise your blade up, and then get really close. That's about right. But it might not be perfect. Instead of messing around with it, just take one of your pieces that is the limiting factor, put it right there, go right up to the blade, lock in your fence. And now, don't have to worry about it. No measuring involved. I just use this piece. Now, this is an offcut. I could have just done it with this too. Same thing. Just put it in here, take it right over, and there you go. As they say, Bob's your uncle. With that all set up, I can just rip all the pieces down, and they will be the thickness of the smallest piece. Alright, with all of our pieces now planed up and cut down to size, we're going to flip them all onto their side to match that thickness. What I like to do is I like to group them, right? So these are the 2 halves that I cut from. And I don't just want to glue them up together just like this. I like there to be some sort of a pattern, make it a little bit more artistic. There's 4 pieces here and there's 5 pieces here. So what I like to do is I'll create 5 gaps, or 4 gaps I should say, and put these pieces right in the middle of those gaps. And that way there's still a pattern, but it's dispersed throughout the entire piece instead of there being a pattern break right in the middle. Last thing is, I'm going to push these to the side, put this guy right in here. Something like that. I think that looks good. So I recommend whenever you have 2 different darker color woods to break it up with a lighter colored wood and vice versa, right? If you had 2 lighter woods like a maple and a cherry, it's good to break that up with the dark. That's what I'm doing here. So it's dark, dark, and then the light strips right in between. And that'll be glued together. Yeah, we have some little bit of warpage here, but it's gonna be eliminated once we get everything clamped up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these over to the clamp station. For this episode, I'm going to be making all three of these boards the exact same. I'm going to go with a short handle and a juice groove on each of them. And now to do that, what I like to do is choose the side of the board, front or back, that has the most inclusions and imperfections. I really do like it when you have a crack that's filled in, makes it pop, stands out. So I like that to be the top where I put the juice groove. The first step is to take it over to the router table and cut out the juice groove. Then we'll come back here and we'll do the handle. The next step here is to measure out these short little handles. They're going to be very tiny, kind of more like nubs, but it'll create a space that you can pick it up a little bit more easily, and then also for a hole that you can hang it. So I like to use a speed square, a pencil, tape measure, and a couple washers, but really you could use anything that's round. You measure out the center line, so just measure the total width and divide by 2, right, to get the halfway point. I just like to strike a line down to mark out the center point. And then, now we know anywhere on that line we can drill our hole on the drill press. The last couple steps are to take this over to the bandsaw, cut out these edges, cut out the handle, and then drill the hole for our handle. And that's it. On to sanding, and then the oil up. I'll give you details in just a second for how you can get one of these yourself for free. But first, congratulations to Chevy Cheeseburger. You are the winner of the very first John Barnes Board Blitz giveaway. I'll be sending you this board right here, as well as a sample container of oil. It should be at your doorstep in about 2 weeks. We'll talk soon. This week, I'll be giving away this board right here. All that I'm asking is that this video receives 100 likes and 20 comments. Still super easy, guys. I know you can do it pretty quickly. To be entered in to win, I would like you to leave a comment. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Now, as a little twist, it doesn't have to be a real place. It could be something like the Shire. Get creative or tell me a real place. I'd love to know. And if you'd like to purchase one of these boards for yourself, you can click that link down in the description and help support the channel. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next one.